Imagine you're standing in line. 30 seconds pass. Your hand is already in your pocket. You didn't decide to check your phone. It just happened. Some part of your brain flinched away from empty time like it was dangerous. Now picture a hunter-gatherer, 50,000 years ago, sitting by a fire with nothing to do for hours. No phone, no book, no screen of any kind. Just the fire, the dark, and their own mind. So here's the question that started this video. Were they bored out of their skulls? Or did they know something about empty time that we've completely forgotten? In 1966, anthropologist Marshall Sahlins looked at the data on hunter-gatherer societies and called them the original affluent society. Groups like the Hadza and the Kung worked as little as 15 hours a week. That leaves a lot of hours unaccounted for. So you'd expect ethnographers to report constant boredom. That's not what they found. Researchers who lived with hunter-gatherer groups for years kept describing something else entirely. People fixing tools, people grooming each other. People telling the same stories for the 100th time and still laughing. Idle time wasn't empty. It was full. Just not full of anything we'd recognize as entertainment. This is the first thing modern life gets wrong about boredom. We assume unstructured time and boredom are the same thing. They're not. Boredom isn't the absence of activity. It's the absence of a mind that knows what to do with silence. And that's a skill, one we've stopped practicing. In the 1990s, psychologists Rachel and Stephen Kaplan developed something called attention restoration theory. They found that the brain has two modes of attention. Directed attention, the kind you use at work, in traffic, on a screen. It's effortful. It burns out fast. And soft fascination, the kind you fall into watching a fire, or clouds moving, or nothing in particular. Soft fascination doesn't drain the brain, it restores it. The Kaplans found that people who spent time in low-stimulation environments, just sitting, just wandering, performed better afterward on memory and focus tasks. Their minds weren't idle during that time. They were doing maintenance, consolidating memory. A hunter-gatherer sitting by a fire for 3 hours wasn't wasting time. Their brain was running a background process that our brains almost never get to run anymore. We filled every idle second, and we never noticed we were shutting that process down. Now think about children. In hunter-gatherer camps, nobody entertained the kids. There were no toys designed by adults, no scheduled activities, no one hovering to fill the silence. Anthropologist David Lancy studied dozens of these communities and found something consistent. Children spent most of their day in mixed-age playgroups, completely unsupervised, completely self-directed. A bored child in that world had one option: invent something, build a toy from a stick. Boredom, when it hit, wasn't soothed. It was solved, and solving it built exactly the kind of mind that could handle idle time as an adult. We do the opposite now. The moment a child says, "I'm bored," we hand them a screen. So what actually killed our tolerance for boredom? It wasn't one invention. It was a slow arms race. Television gave us something to do with dead time. Then came the smartphone, which put that something in every pocket. The real shift happened when apps started being engineered on purpose to punish stillness. Studies on phone use have found that many people would rather give themselves a mild electric shock than sit alone with their thoughts for 15 minutes. People chose pain over stillness. Somewhere in the last 20 years, we didn't just get more entertained. We lost the ability to be alone with our own minds. Boredom, it turns out, isn't just harmless, it's productive. Psychologists studying something called the incubation effect have found that people solve problems better after boring, unstimulating activity. Your brain needs the empty space to quietly work on things your conscious mind gave up on hours ago. Some of history's most useful ideas didn't arrive during focused work. They arrived in the shower, on a long walk, staring out a train window with nothing to do. Every time we fill a dead moment with a screen, we're not avoiding wasted time. We're interrupting a process that needed to finish. So think back to that hunter-gatherer by the fire. They weren't enduring boredom. They didn't have the concept the way we do. They had long stretches of low stimulation, and their minds used that time exactly the way it evolved to: resting, wandering, solving, connecting one memory to another until something new came out the other side. We built a world that never lets that process finish. We didn't get rid of boredom. We got rid of the silence that used to come after it. And with it, we may have gotten rid of some of the best thinking we were ever capable of. Next time you feel that flinch, that reach for your pocket the second a moment goes quiet, try leaving it there. See what your mind does when you finally let it be bored.